All right, everybody, we are back for another creator spotlight. Back with us is our esteemed guest, Carissa Grant from Worthy Chaos over there. So, I wanted to get back together. We had a new Kickstarter that just started not too long ago. So, we wanted to talk about it with you guys and see what everybody's been up to because it's been a little while.
Yeah, it feels like forever, but it probably hasn't been that long, but it feels like forever. Yeah, my cheek looks all red. Look at that. um, yeah, so this is issue 12, which isn't bad in a year and a half, I suppose. And it's the end of book 2, which doesn't mean a lot to people, but that means that's where the hardcover ends, which means there's a cliffhanger. It also means it's a double issue because almost always my last issue of the book, which was the last one was 7, is a double issue. So that one was 40 pages and this one's 40 pages. Same price, but more pages of story and all that. Yeah. So we have that. We started 4 days ago. So we did fund. And we're also working on a new story that is actually a prequel to this. It's going to be their previous life, so it connects to it, and it's going to be them in the Old West. So they're going to be hunting cryptids in the 1880s. So I'm working on that. That's going to start being drawn next month.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, well, my artist is inking the second half of issue 17, and my colorist already started coloring the pages. My letterer is working on 16. I can't even sell those till like April, so I figure it's a good time to start the Western. We started writing it about 2 weeks ago. We got really obsessed with it. We already have 10 issues. We have the first 6 and the last 3. We always had the last one because it's what happens during that issue is why redemption is so crazy.
Ah.
So so they've had previous lives together, but something happens, they get betrayed, they get screwed over, and what happens in that is what affects all the chaos in this one. It's why this life is different. So it was really fun, but it was like the same day we were like, I want to do Western. I was like, yeah, I want to do Western too. And then so we started doing it. But they fight well-known ones, like we have the Wendigo, Jersey Devil, Wampus Cat, some people might know. What was the other? Chupacabra. But we also have our own things. We have our Clotters are back. And actually it shows you how they were created. We have a dragon plant demon, which I love. We have demon sheep, demon crow. We have all these cool things that we made. So it's it's a collection of both. And the hardcover was ordered for Redemption. So Redemption, the hardcover is going to be out by the end of the year. And that's going to have special pages in it and everything. Hi. But yeah, this issue is very chaotic, obviously. It's got more Anubis, it's got more angels and demons and hellhounds and all that stuff, and it's got Davies, and it's got a lot of his past comes up and all that stuff. So a lot of new stuff. So it's very exciting issue. Not that most of mine aren't pretty action packed.
I was gonna say I just got this one in,
Yeah,
11 in, but
that cover sold so well. There's only 3 left.
I'm
Like,
glad because
yeah,
Fabio is a good friend of mine, so
yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, I gotta grab that one.
yeah. So yeah, it's funny for this campaign. We did metal, but we only did 5 numbered. And then there's 5 numbered blacklight metal with blacklight metal cards, trading cards. There's only, I think, 4 left of each. So each the one bought, I think 3 or 4 are left. But we haven't done that before. I haven't seen the black light. I got to buy a black light now to take a video of it. So, but they they had the option. I was like, you know what? As long as it's metal, let's try it. So they were nice enough to do that for me and all that fun stuff. So I'm excited. I love the metal covers.
I do too, and I like how metal is actually becoming reasonably priced
Yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
because I mean, if you remember a couple of years ago when we were buying medals, they were $75, $100 each, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
now,
sell ours for 39. And the black light is 99. But it comes with the 2 black light metal trading cards too. But yeah, I always keep 1 medal for myself. These are the last ones that we had.
oh yeah,
Fabio's is my favorite. I love that cover. This was last one, Kevin Sharp's. Um, they sell really well at cons too, because they all think it's foil. They'll walk
yeah,
by and be like, "Oh, it's nice foil." It's not foil.
that's metal.
Yeah, they're like,
It's
"I've never
it's
seen that
shiny,
before." It's shiny. It really is shiny.
shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, we love shiny. I actually collect the trading cards. I have a binder of all the trading cards. I love shiny. Those shiny's good. This past weekend I had my first, probably only, but my first guest spot at HorrorCon in Knoxville, and
Nice.
yeah, that was really cool. It was they treat you like gold. They're like, "You the celebrity guest?" I'm like, "I'm a guest." um, but I got. Did you ever see the movie Terrifier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there was like a reunion for Terrifier. So they were like all Terrifier.
Oh,
And then like one random person from Halloween 2018. And then the person next to me was my neighbor, was Robert. Is it I don't know, his last name starts with an M, but he's the tow truck driver, and Rufus from House of a Thousand Corpses.
oh, okay, yeah.
Which, sad to admit, I had not seen
What?
until he was next to me, and then I was like, during the end of the day, hearing "You're my favorite movie." That's my favorite. I was like, "Now I gotta go watch your stupid movie." He's like, "Yeah, let me know." So I actually went and hi. um, so I went and I did, and I watched it. I came in, I was like, "That was actually pretty good." So he actually gave me his autograph for free. And I had asked my co-writer, have you seen House of a Thousand Corpses? She's like, the tapestry is hanging on my wall. And I was like, all right, I'll get an autograph for you too. And he actually did her autograph for free too. I was like, I could pay. That's not really fair. I was like, nope. So I did those for free. And then I went and got the Terrifier, David,
David Leon.
who is the nicest guy
He
ever.
is.
So he's either a serial killer or just an amazing actor, because he was just phenomenal. And he took one of my hardcovers, and I got the autograph for my co-writer because she loves the Terrifier. I also gave him one of my Legos because he collects Legos. But it was really funny because I was behind him in the green room, because I could be in the green room. I got free lunches and dinners. So I was being a fangirl back there, and I took a picture of like his back, because I was behind him, and I sent it to my co-writer, and I was like, "Look, I'm a celebrity. I'm behind him." And he comes out to go to the bathroom. He scares the shit out of me, and I screamed. I was like, I was not expecting that. He laughs at me, and I was like, "Yeah." Then I met who is the nicest person on the planet, Daniel Roebuck. Is
Robot.
Roebuck?
Yeah.
So he's in Terrifier 3, but I know him from the Munsters, Final Destination, Fugitive, all that stuff. I have never met a nicer celebrity in my life. This guy, not only did he take one of my hardcovers, he drew me a picture in my autograph. He talked to me the whole weekend. He gave me a hug when I left. He gave me his email to send him, stuff, and to send him, some of my books and Kickstarters and stuff. And he was just like the most down to earth person on the planet. So he was really nice. Everyone was super nice, but he was just like out of his way nice, but like a natural nice. Like, that's how he is, So I did make money there, which was nice. It was a little tough because I wasn't where the vendors were. So like, if they weren't planning to get autographs and people, no one would even see me. So that was a little tricky, but I did make some money. So that was and the table is free. I mean, the table is free. The food was free. The drinks were free. They had a free banner. It was really nice. So for the experience alone, it was amazing. But I made some money too, which was nice, and got to meet some people and everything. So yeah, I had a really good time.
Those are always the best ones. I got to meet Daniel and the Terrifier crew when they were here for Texas Frightmare
Nice.
last year. And the big talk was, of course, was Terrifier 3, right? Because everybody's waiting for it to come out. And now that it's coming out this year, right, they kind of give us a trailerish tease while we were at Frightmare this year.
Yeah.
But he said, this is all you get. And it was like a 5-second, hello, and he's in
Nice.
in his Christmas, outfit. I'm like, oh, I want to see you. Come on now,
Now
don't
that's a real tease, man. This is the first time, I guess. Oh no, so they're explaining it to me because I had not even known about Terrifier until my co-writer strapped me to the couch and was like, "We're watching this," and I think that's when 2 was already out. So I guess 2 was in the theater, and it was only supposed to be like one day, and then it turned into 2 days, and it turned into 5 weeks or something. It made a lot of money.
Yep.
But apparently, and I did not know this, David got sick. Like he got nauseous during some of the scenes because they were so gross to him that he actually got sick. And they said in 3, a lot of the actors got sick. So obviously they have to one up themselves each time. So Terrifier 3 is probably going to be incredibly terrifying. So I'm not brave enough to see that in the theater. So
You gotta go watch it. It's gonna be good.
I'll watch it stream. I can't take my husband to horror movies in the theater because he doesn't realize it, but he talks to the he'll be like, watch. He doesn't realize he does it because I recorded him, which cracks me up no end. And then he screams like bloody murder. So he doesn't scream like a girl, but he does scream like, oh my god, like it's
Yeah.
I think it's the funniest thing. You can hear me on the video cracking up laughing. But I tried to mock him once and I was like, oh, watch. And he's like, I'm watching. I was like, really? So he does not realize that he's telling me to watch every 5 seconds. So, but it
He's
is amusing.
excited.
Yeah. Oh, he gets very excited. I think that was during Insidious and The Haunting. The Haunting on
Connecticut.
No, was it Haunting Hill or
Oh, House on Haunted Hill.
yeah, that I think it was. Is that the one where there's a fireplace that you can walk through?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one because he screamed. For that one, he screamed when the thing came out and cut the guy's head off or whatever. And Insidious, he screamed, and I don't know if it was 1 or 2 or whatever. There was a little boy that was dressed like he was a newspaper kid in the 40s or something, because I remember him screaming, it's a kid from the 40s. So that's how it's stuck in my head. But that made him scream when there was no, I even said, he's like, watch. And I was like, there's going to be no one there when the shoes are there. And there wasn't. And then it jumped out at him. So yeah, that's forever ingrained in my head. But it's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, so I haven't seen a horror movie in a theater in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while for me because with our kids, and the school schedules and everything, it's like, yeah, we don't really make it. Like the last theater movie I saw was Avengers Endgame. That's just how long it's been since I've been in a theater. I watch a lot at home because I'm a physical media guy, so I buy everything and watch it at home. But
I'm gonna be completely honest. I've seen more anniversary films. Like I saw The Mummy 2 months ago, and I saw The Crow in the theater, the original. I wanted to see Neverending Story, and I missed it because it was thundering out and I didn't want to go out. And then I was supposed to go the next day, and they only had one showing and I couldn't go to it. So I was very upset about that. We did go see Twisters.
how was that?
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it wasn't the first one. But I thought I thought it'd be a complete ripoff of it. And I was like, what's the point of this? And why are we going to this? But it actually was all right. It was entertaining. And did I see anything else? I have to go see Deadpool, but my husband does not watch those. So I either have to go by myself or figure out who to go with. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I got to see that because I love crossovers, and that's like crossover central.
Well, yeah, I mean everything in that movie is a crossover. I mean, and it's like we have 8,000 characters from all them Fox movies that they've ever made.
I've never seen Logan, but I get the gist of it. So,
you gotta watch Logan. I mean, it is one of the I'm a huge X-Men fan.
Yeah, but
that one blows all of them out the water.
Really? All right, I'll watch it before I go see that. I am excited to see Gambit. I love Gambit, though. I like the who played him for a split second in one of the movies.
Oh, he was in X-Men Origins.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, he did a pretty good job.
Taylor something.
Yeah, so he did a pretty good job. But I know this is a fan fanfare because Tatum wanted to do it like years ago or something. He doesn't really look like a Gambit to me though. Like he doesn't, Gambit's not really muscular. He's kind of,
Lanky.
lanky. Yeah, he was my favorite character. So Gambit's been my favorite since I watched X-Men in the 90s. Like I always loved him. I thought he was, sexy and suave and, and all that stuff. So he was my favorite character. But yeah. So I'm excited to see it. I'll have to go see. But I'll watch Logan first now before I go.
You gotta watch Logan. And
Yeah.
I think there's 2 cuts, like an unrated. Definitely watch the unrated cut. It actually makes more sense. Because because of the violence they toned down for theatrical.
Yeah.
And
that's boring.
It's Wolverine. Come on now. He's supposed to gut and kill people.
Seriously. Like, what the hell? But yeah. Anyway, so that's I'll have to go see that. And I'm going to see Shaun of the Dead's coming up 2 weeks.
Oh yes, that's a great film.
I love that movie. I used to watch it every weekend for like years. So I'm excited to see that in the theater. I love seeing The Crow in the theater because I saw it in high school. So in the 90s, I went and saw it.
Yep.
And I'm still mad about Neverending Story because I did not see Neverending Story in the theater because I think I was too young. Isn't it 84?
84.
Like
yeah.
6.
We were all a little young for that one.
Yeah.
We watched it like when we were 5 or 6 in the later 80s.
Oh, I'm so mad I missed that. The Mummy, obviously, I've seen in the theaters before, but that was fun to see again because that's my favorite movie too. So I like. There's a couple of movies that I could continue to watch. The Mummy, Shaun of the Dead, Wrong Turn. For some reason, I could just watch them over and over again. So
I can watch the first 2 Wrong Turns, but that's about it. Because after we get
seconds.
So when you get to like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now they have the new one, I'm like, okay,
really?
Yeah. No. And after a while, it's like, okay, it ain't the same.
Yeah. I didn't even think 2 was going to be good, but yeah. But yeah. So anyway, but this I can't get. I'm just so excited about the Western. And somebody told me today, they're like, "Oh, what's the point of doing the Western? You already have a series." And I was like, "Cause it's a Western."
It's a fun. I mean, it's like when I read Laurie's book, right? Path of the Pale Rider, right? It's like it's a Western book with a zombie bear in it, and they're undead, and they don't know how to figure out anything.
I'm super excited for it. I like that we have some recurring things, like the vampires will be recurring, angels and demons are recurring, and the werewolves will be recurring. But they have this cool quest that they have to get these parts or these certain items from cryptids, but they can't kill them because it ruins the immortality of the item. So they have to get like a piece of the antler from a Wendigo without killing it. So they have to get a piece of the wing from the Jersey Devil. My favorite one that I have on the list, we haven't gotten to it yet, but I already know it's going to annoy the hell out of my characters. So we have these crows and they have 6 eyes and they can change their size. But if they get too scared or whatever, they burst into flames and they have to get a feather from them. So they're going to keep trying to grab these birds and then they burst into flames. So that'll be fun to annoy my freaking characters with. I think right now we're dealing with the sheep demons that I created. And while they're dealing with that, the chupacabra comes because of course it's a goat sucker. So it's got to be in the farm. So I think they need a claw. They need a claw from the chupacabra. So that'll be fun. They already tried to get something from the Wendigo and failed, so they'll have to go back and do that again. But yeah, but I'm really glad that we did the Clotters because I love the Clotters in issues 4 through 6, and I always want to do something else with them. And I was just like, there's such a side quest. But what I like about this one is like Redemption's like a survival horror. They're always on the run, like they are kind of here because they're still trying to get away from their dads. But what I like about it is, one, they interact with their dads, which in Redemption they can't because it's pre-written, so they can't really connect. But in the Westerns, they're fighting their dads. Their dads are messing with them directly, like trying to lie to them or trick them or whatever. But they get their powers, which they don't get in Redemption. They do way later, but I think in like issue issue 1, no 2, they get powers. So we get to see that. They can't use it, it'll be discovered, but it's kind of cool that they have it, which I really like because it's good to explore him being a demon and her being an angel and all that stuff. So I really liked it, and now we've gotten so obsessed with it we can't stop writing it. So script 1 is done, and I started script 2 today because we convert from the books. We already have the first hardcover, the first 5 issues. So yeah, we'll see. My artist will start drawing that. I already got all the variant covers from issue 1 to 7. So because we got so obsessed, I wanted to see. I got 3 from Fabio.
Okay.
One is the dragon plant, which is awesome. He did such an amazing job. Then he did the chupacabra, which looks awesome, and he did the giant crow. And they look so cool in their Western getup. It's awesome.
And he's fast. Like I had him do some.
God, he's like, I'm going to work on it in an hour, and then he sends me this sketch that looks better than most people's finished. I was like, I actually wanted one more, but he's like, oh, I ran out of time because a contract came in. I was like, damn it. But I was like, all right, I'll take the 3. I also have Ivan Tao is working on one.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, he's doing a cowgirl for me, and Derek Chu is working on a cowgirl for me. Ken Hunt is going to be doing one, and Jeremy Rampak, the one that does my hardcover ones.
Yep.
He's doing a hardcover. He's doing the front and back. One's awesome. His layouts are just like, obviously there's no detail, but his layouts are, I mean, the guy sent me 11 layouts, like 11. Like, that's insane. I barely get 2 from some people. So I totally makes it harder on me because it's like I want all of these.
Setting the bar up here.
Oh, they're so expensive, but they're so worth it. Actually, I don't want to talk bad about any artist. Obviously any artist can charge anything they want, right? But I was at the convention, and I'm not gonna say she was bad. I mean, she just no detail. It was just do you know Keith Haring?
Yeah, I know Keith.
Okay, remember how he had like the stick figures?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she had. So no face, no detail. It was just that and some color, right? And I was walking around, and she said something to me, so now I feel obligated to see her stuff. Oh, I was like, oh, those are pretty good. Obviously I couldn't really use it for a cover, but I asked the question, how much is how much would it be? $500. So it was $75 at first. And I was like, all right. I was like, I have a comic book. She goes, oh, well, if you need all the rights, it's $500. I was like, and I didn't mean to say this because this is going to sound really rude. I was like, oh, I can't do that. That's what my Marvel artist costs me. Like, I can't. And she's like, you're a Marvel artist? I was like, yeah, the extremely detailed one that's worked at Blizzard, Capcom, Marvel, DC, everything. She's like, oh. And I was like, but your work's really nice. And I kind of like walked off. But I could not believe that would be what she would charge. It's just I wouldn't have paid $20 for it. So to just this complete shock of my view, I felt really embarrassed afterwards where I was like, I probably shouldn't have blurred out. But I mean, Ken Hunt does the cover. He did this freaking thing.
Exactly.
$400, and I got the original and the rights. Like, yeah, sorry. But she could charge whatever she wants.
And it'll sit there too.
It'll sit there. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to shame artists because charge what you want, but you're no Marvel artist.
You've got to prove it. I mean, it's like a lot of the stuff I buy. Like I buy a lot of original art, from everybody. You know, if it's Justin Hunt, Ken Hunt, Nia Ruffino, all these people that draw and do this as a business. A lot of them are published cover artists, right? Who've done it for a long time, 20 plus years. And that's why they can charge what they want for their covers because they've earned it. But if you're drawing me a stick figure, you know what? I'll go back to Chris Hayes and
Yeah.
I'll have him draw me another one on a Psycho Salad blank, like he did before,
I
right?
saw that. That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
he's actually drawing my next one for Nut Brigade right now.
Nice.
I
It's
was like,
perfect.
so I was like,
Yeah.
yep, $50.
Yeah. There's some covers like for Jeremy Rampack, he gives me a little bit of a deal, but I pay 500, per one. And I always buy two at a time because how I do it is I always have one I use as a regular cover, and then that's the back of the hardcover, and then I get a new one for the front cover. Which I only got one complaint where they were like, I wish you had this in a single. And I was like, well, it's supposed to be special. It's for the hardcover, you know. But apparently they wanted it as a single. I was like, okay, I didn't do that. And I was told you can repeat for the hardcover, but wouldn't it be more special for the hardcover to be different cover?
Yeah, I tell you, like Coffin and Charter and everybody else, they typically do a different cover, right?
Yeah,
Because it
yeah,
makes it different, right?
special.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like I love having the Ken Hunt on the back of the cover, right?
yeah,
For the
yeah,
Worthy, because not all of us got the metal cover, right? Or we
yeah,
didn't get, like I had the black and white one, right?
yeah,
And so those are the kind of things, like it's a different perspective. But don't
yeah,
just put the same thing on the front and then the back.
yeah.
I've seen that too on hardcovers, right?
Really?
Like, yeah, like literally the same image and on the back.
Why would you want that?
I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. I was told somebody's like, I think it was Lori, is like, aren't you gonna put words on the back? I was like, no way.
Mhm.
But I do have like a little, you open it and you
Yeah, on the
the
side,
black,
yeah.
yeah. So I did that again for this one. I did put a code in this one that you could scan it. It goes to the website. I didn't have that in the first one. I did put the UPC on the back, but it doesn't do anything. But yeah, I'm gonna have these a little bit cheaper. These are actually going to be, they're 5 issues, so they're going to be 29. So hopefully more people can catch up. Pops. So I haven't seen them yet. I had a video of it from the printer. I'm super excited. It looks gorgeous. It's going to have 35 pages of extra. It's going to have all the variants from book 2. It's going to have he doesn't do this anymore, so I'm super upset. This is the last time you're going to see it. But there's 4 pages for a couple of different pages. So you have the rough sketch, the pencil, the inked, and the colored for like
Yeah,
pages.
the transition.
Yeah, somebody asked for it, but my artist doesn't do that anymore. He literally just inks now. So you can't do that again. But I think in the next campaign, I'm going to have, I don't know if anyone's going to want this, but I'm going to have where they can get a tier where my artist will draw them a digital print, and then their print will be in in the hardcover. So I can't do single issues because mine are
Yeah, it's too hard.
but if they want, they can get the print right away. And he does portraits, so people can get drawn in with my characters or drawn in getting killed by my characters or fighting with my characters. Obviously, nothing sexual, which I'm sure will upset a few. But they can fight or they can be killed by my characters. And I'll probably have that as a tier, and then they'll not only get the print, they can print it on their own, and then they'll be in the hardcover, immortalized in the hardcover. So we'll see how that goes if anyone wants it. I did have some people drawn into issue 6. I had my dad, my brother, and one of my clients paid to be in there. And it looked great, but it looks off a little bit because they're so detailed to look like the person. So my artist used to be a portrait artist, so they look like the person. But you could tell it's different than the other characters. But the problem is that we're on issue 17, so
Yeah.
to order people to be in it would be a difficult one. But I figure if they get the print right away, and then they're going to be in the hardcover, and then they have something to look forward to, and so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm excited to get I'm not excited to store the hardcover.
Like you did last time. I remember last time you had the stack and stack.
It's 500. Yeah. So I think it's 17 boxes, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the last one. So I'll have to find a place to store them. And the next order I do, which is probably next year, I'm going to have the Western hardcover and book 3 hardcover all done together. Not together, but like order them together. So we're going to have like double boxes coming in and stuff. So my husband's going to kill me. But well, we'll see how that goes. And I don't save much. I think I save like, well, I mean, it's a lot, but I think I save like $400 in shipping or something, getting them together. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's something. But storing them, might have to build a house out back. So
hey, we all need a shed, right?
Yeah. He actually almost bought one. He almost bought one. Then he was gonna make it, and then we were like, all right, never mind. But we did go look at the sheds because we're like, oh, we can, he can temperature control it. We can put the books back there, and then we didn't do it. But yeah, we might need to because of all these freaking books. It's just such a price break at 500. It's almost the same price as buying 250. That's how low the price is. And that's why I can get away with charging $29. I mean, most indie creators sell their hardcovers for $55.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely doing it lower than most people, but I just want people to be able to catch up. Which is nice about the Western because it might bring in new readers because it's issue 1. So it'll be easier for people to get into it, and then if they want to get redemption, they can, but they don't have to. But yeah.
Well, what's nice too, right, is about having the hardcover, right? That's the first 6 issues, right? So it's like 7 issues, yeah. But it's in one book, right? And it's easy to carry too, right? And that's the thing, like versus 7 issues, right? Like trying to carry 7 issues at a convention, like we've all been there. Like I've came with my backpack full of stuff to get signed, and you're like trying to take bags out, but a hardcover is a lot easier.
I'm not bringing any more singles to this con. I had 4 or 5 boxes of different stuff I brought. Didn't sell anything except medals and the hardcover. So I'm just bringing medals and hardcovers, and that's it. No more singles, maybe some issue 1s. But no more. I was told you got to bring them all. That's what you got to do. Like I had so many people tell me that. I was so exhausted after this packing up that crap. I was so pissed off because I didn't even open 2 of the boxes. So it wasn't worth it. So yeah, at Nashville Con, I sold I think I sold all hardcovers except for maybe 2 issue 1s, and that was it. And then I sold the medals. Medals sell really well.
Medals do those are foils. I mean, I've sold a lot of those at conventions lately.
Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do from now on. Save myself a heartache. But I almost sold out of hardcovers in Nashville. I think I had like 2 left because I had thought it would be that big of a deal, but apparently it was. And now at the next con, I'm hoping to have the Western at the next con in next June. So I'm hoping to have that. I think I will, barring any emergencies. Things happen. Like my artist just took a week off for an emergency. So things happen. You never know. But my goal is to have it, to give people an option. What's nice is normally people, some people like supernatural, but they don't like zombies.
Yeah.
So my Western has no zombies. So that way they can read that. Whereas, this one's more zombies and other monsters and all that fun stuff. So I'll have an option, but hopefully some people want both. I've gotten really good reactions. A lot of people want the Western. So why my friend would be like, oh, you don't need that. And I was like, yeah, but I really, really want it.
That's actually sets up your multiverse, right? And that's kind of the thing, right? Like it's going to set up a pathway to have other avenues. Like you're already at, issue 17 for redemption.
Yeah.
Now you have the Western, and then we also know there's other stories too, right?
Yep.
So it's like
there's going to be a spinoff for Anubis too.
Like books like this, right? Like Damnation.
Yeah, Damnation. Yep.
And then you get ones like this called Salvation.
Yeah.
Yep. Like these are the ones that, like, I would bring those to a convention, right?
Yeah.
Because they're different than just the normal ones.
I have not brought those yet. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I'll have to do that too. The prequel pretty much sold out. I would have to buy more. I didn't think it would sell that well. I think I pretty much bought it for you and like 2 other people, and then everyone bought them. And I was like, I didn't see that coming. So and I'll tell you, like, she's incredibly hot on that cover. Not the cover, but like the page. So my Globex, I don't even advertise. I never tell anybody that I'm even on there. And all of a sudden now, every week, it's been 4,000 reads. I had 2 in a row, 5.9 thousand page reads. And then this past one was my greatest. It was 6.8 thousand reads. Yeah, I think that, let me see. It was insane. I'm really surprised. Let's see what my weekly was. So this past one was 538 readers and 6.8 thousand page reads. And then if I go to my Globex, it'll tell you like the whole month. I can't find where it tells you. I want to know what it is to date, you know. Yeah. But it won't tell me that, and I don't know why, because I really want to know. Because I think in the past, this thing's going slow. I think in the past month, it's been like 20 something thousand. Let's see. What do I want? Annex and whatever. Let's see. But I've never even told anyone I'm on here. And then all of a sudden it's just like, and then I was like, oh, is that like total, like, you know, so far? And no, that's just for 7 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the heck is looking at this?
Well, that's the thing though. Like if they're reading digitally, right? So digitally is blowing up for a lot of places, right? Because not everybody wants to carry comic books anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they rather carry it on their phone or on their tablet and read it, you know, than the actual physical book.
That's why for the tiers I give both. Like if you buy a tier, you get whatever the PDF is with it. Okay, here we go. So for the past 30 days, this is only 30 days, I've had 2,154 unique readers. I don't even know what that means. 2,265 total visits, but I've had 25,000 page reads. I've had 9 extra followers and 397 people clicked it as their favorite. 30 days. That's insane.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
In a year and a half. So think about that.
That's in 30 days, but yeah, in a year and a half, I've done this all. Yeah. So it's crazy. Somebody, I was on I think I did an interview this morning at like 10:30, and the guy was like, so you've done 12 issues in what, 4 years? And I was like, year and a half.
Year and a half.
I was like, what? I was like, yeah, but plus 17's almost done. Then I have the prequel. Then I have the spinoff. And then I have the issue 1 that I did first. So technically I have 20 done in a year and a half. And I'm hoping to have at least 2 issues of the Western by the end of the year. That's my goal. So what I'm probably going to wind up doing is I'm going to have 5. I'm going to probably have, they're going to be sooner, I guess. If I don't know if it's going to work out. Otherwise I'll have to skip it, but I don't want people for Redemption to wait longer. So it's probably going to be like the Western just in between. And if people want to do it, they could do it. So I'm going to have him do the next 5 of the Westerns and then go back to Redemption and do 5 of those, because Redemption's already set till next April. So he's got plenty of time. He's just too fast. He's too fast for his own good. And my wallet doesn't approve, but I approve. So I
approve because I bought it. So you get my money.
Yeah. Which I appreciate that you always support my campaigns. It's nice to have readers come back. And it was funny because a couple of readers didn't come for the last 2 or 3. And I was like, should I keep bothering them? Because I always send the link to people. Mm-hmm. So I sent one to him and he's like, which one have I skipped? And I was like, I thought it had been a lot, but it only been the last 2. I was like, you just need 10 and 11. And then that's what he did. He went and bought 10, 11, and 12. And last campaign, somebody bought a plushie in the UK. I actually have like 4 or 5 people that buy overseas, which is so insane to me that they're paying with shipping like $27 to get my issue. It's insane. So she had bought one with the plushie. And then I felt bad. I was like, I'll just throw in an issue 11 for her because, I felt bad because her shipping was like $26. And I was like, she's gotten them all. So I sent her one and then she just had to buy one other one. So she's all caught up. But it's such an ego boost for these people to buy my issue for $27. I'm like, you guys are crazy.
We are,
Yeah.
and I've been there since the beginning. So
You have been. You have been. I have a very, I mean, my first one, it only had 35. And then my second one had 75. And then I think it was 90 something. And then it was over 100. So my best was 150. That was in January. I don't know what January was crazy. Like, I don't know what was in the water, but that was a crazy, crazy, crazy Kickstarter. I have never had one like that. It was the highest it's ever gone, but it was the most heartbreaking because, like, every time I woke up, it would be lower. Like, I don't know what it was, but every single, it's still the most, even Lori's like, it's the most you've made. I was like, I know, but it's so heartbreaking to wake up and it be lower or decreased or canceled. But it was just a crazy that it was just every day it was lower, but it did so well. I think it was something in the algorithm or Kickstarter did something because that was the only time that I launched and I had like 20 scammers because I don't get that. Everyone I hear gets that. I don't get that. When my launches, I don't get emails that say, hey, I want to help your campaign. I never get that. But January, the second I hit go, 20 came in. So super weird. Super weird. My second best campaign was Ivan Tao because man, he's got some loyal fans. And hopefully they'll come back for the Western one. He's super nice guy. That guy's crazy. I love him.
He is. I mean, I've talked to Ivan and Ken and those guys because being in the circles that we're all in, right? So it's the same people.
Yeah.
But when you start bringing all that talent in, right, people notice that, and when they notice that, like, okay, so maybe this is a story I want to read. Maybe there's something more to it than just the art, right? And it's like you start reading through it, and then that brings more people, and that brings more people.
I mean, I think at least one or two of them bought catch-up tier, and then a lot of them were just interested in the Tau ones. But I had these three guys. So I have glow in the dark, which I'm only going to do for Ivan and Derek. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they're super expensive. And I priced them high because they're so expensive. And I didn't order them ahead of time because I did not think anyone would pay that. 3 people paid that. But because I did not like how the red looked, I was like, you know what? It's only 3, and I bought them after, which is new for me. But I did pay a little bit extra to get them in 2 weeks. But 3 people bought it. But since I didn't like the red cover and I didn't understand how it worked, so they had a white cover, which looks like a normal cover, which I didn't know. But I had ordered the red cover because I thought it glowed red, and it was a mostly red cover.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's actually red, and then it glows red. So I asked the guy, could you do 5 and 5 and number them 5 and 5? And he's like, yeah. So not only did I sell them to those 3 people, 2 of those people bought the other color too. So I made a fortune on that. And then I sold 2 at cons. So I think I only have 3 left out of those. But yeah, they were insanely loyal. And I haven't done Derek Choose yet. He was supposed to do one for redemption, but I have enough redemption covers of all of the variants until April 2026.
Holy shit.
So I'm slightly ahead on those. So I switched Chewy to the Western. So I said, do you mind if we switch to the Western because it's going to need a little help, the Western might need a little help. And he's like, sure. So he's going to do that. And then I was like, I asked Ivan, I was like, you were a hit last time, but this time it's going to be issue 1 and 2 is going to be them. I don't know who first, but it'll be nice to maybe issue 1s will sell even more if it has Ivan or Chewy in it. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for that. But it's so weird to have so many covers. I just had to see them in cowboy outfit. I was like, just do some covers. And plus, a lot of the artists that I have are new and they're amazing. So I know one of them already went up in price. And the only reason why I was upset about that was because, and it was cheap. Don't get me wrong. It was $100 and he did amazing work and it was gorgeous. However, he had promised to do 1 or 2 actually for the 100. And he took so long to do it that by the time he was to start, he told me it was 150. And I was like, well, no, I don't want it. And it is worth 150, but that's not really fair because you're 6 months behind, not me.
Yeah.
So
I
was a little upset.
You have a kind of a contract there, right? Where it says like, it's like you're going to do it for $100. So you keep up your end of the bargain.
Or at least one of them. I mean, at least one of them. And I even said to, I was flat out, I was like, that's kind of messed up because I ordered you like 6 months ago and you said, is there a rush? And I said, no. I should have gave you a deadline of 2 weeks then. I was just being patient because I don't even need them for another year. So I was slightly upset with that. So out of my own principle, but he's definitely worth it. I was just out of my own principle. I was like, no, I'll forget it. But I had a lot of the other artists that worked on Redemption do it. Ken Hunt's going to work on it. Jeremy's going to start his. I think there's 2 more that I need to order, but like I need to get the debt down a little bit because I got to pay for Tao and Chewy. Both of those are like $2,000 there. So, and then I need 2 from Ken Hunt. So yeah, I guess I'll wait a little bit, but I'm going to do Jeremy's though. That's 1,000. Because I just want to see them so bad. He did my covers for book 4, and I don't even need that until 2026, but it's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. I should show you what they look like.
I want to see.
Hold on, let me show you. They're I just love it. Yeah, let me just send it to you. But I'll show you his layouts too. Let me see. Oh, here, let me send you where's Tao? That's the next Fabio for the plant one. And then, so this is one cover from, that's Jeremy. The next one's Jeremy. And then we have this one is the one for Jeremy's for the 2026 one. And then I had, this is Fabio with Chupacabra. And then here's Fabio with the crow. Those are some fancy covers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I like this one.
Which one is that?
The Fabio retrospection.
Chupacabra? Yeah. Isn't that one? She looks amazing there. They look amazing. I love the Chupacabra one. Okay. I think that's issue 6. Yeah, it'll be issue 6 in so yeah, it'll be a while till I use that one. That's why I kind of gotten those 2, and after I ordered those 2, I was like, well, I need one for the book 1, so we had to do the Dragon Plant one.
You mind if I show them on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I always ask because I don't know what everybody's got their thing.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's do.
Ooh, I got a new follower on Coolbex.
Cool. Come on, StreamYard. I know you can do it. I have faith in you.
I have to say, I love my artist, and I would never replace him. But if he left me, Fabio would be my second choice. Not that I could afford him. Yeah, it's the crow.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah, he originally had her looking the wrong way, looking at the crow, and I was like, I kind of want to see her face and her boobs. So he had to redo, just change her around, and he did an amazing job. That's not even inked yet. That's just a sketch. Yep. I would take that. I would take that if I had to. Like, that is a gorgeous sketch. I just love it. I just love it. I love the way she looks there. Look at her. Yeah. I already have, it's approved, but I haven't launched it yet. I have a pre-launch page and this is my logo that's the banner because she looks so good. But yeah, I already have the approved pre-launch page for the Western. As soon as I get a good banner for it, I'm probably going to put it in pre-launch, but I don't want to confuse people. And that's the Dragon Plant. Look at that thing.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I love it. I like it a lot. That'll be issue 3. Yeah. Unless I get impatient, and then it'll be 2. That's Jeremy. I love that. That's the Heaven and Hell one. That's going to be a cover, and then it's going to be the back of the other cover. And then the next one that you'll show is Jeremy is yeah, that'll be the front cover. Doesn't
Yeah,
that look awesome?
that looks bad, especially when you look at all the zombies and the skeletons at the bottom, like the little bit of detail, all those little details, and then the
He's
tree.
another one that I would trust to do the interiors. And I did consider him, and it's not that I could afford it, but the problem is he takes a long time, and it's because he's so busy. And look at the work he does.
Mhm.
But he does my characters so well. The details are so well. Um, let me show you his.
And this is the thing about this cover, right? So you can see right here, we have a big split, right, between heaven and hell.
Yeah.
But then you can also see like how dark and grimacing it gets down here.
Yep.
But then here it's still light and airy and cloudy, right? And
He
so
did
to
such
have
a good job.
two perspectives there.
Yeah, he did an amazing job. So this is going to be one of my covers for that's going to be the front of the hardcover for the Western, and this is going to be the back and one of the covers you can get. He didn't even know there was a door they go through at vampires, so that was kind of cool that he did that. But his layouts are phenomenal. So that one is going to be the front cover is going to be the dragon plant in the background. The right is the Wombus cat, and the left is the bear. There's a bear demon that's a puppet demon. But yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, my friend kind of look at that. You see, and there's the vampires on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and if anyone doesn't know what the wombat cat is, it's literally just a cougar with extra legs, and we added spikes to its tail because that made it more deadly. And then that one, I love that. Yeah, I rarely get to see my characters so up and close because he does so much detail. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. Somebody sent me a layout where the characters were looking behind them, and I was like, and I understand they do that in Marvel and DC, but I want to see my characters. Like the whole point of me picking you. He's like, so you don't want them to see the bear coming? And I was like, there's ways around that, But no, I want to see the characters. That's why I picked you, because you could do them well. Otherwise, I'm super picky not as picky with Serafina. She's a pretty blonde,
Yeah.
As long as she looks sexy, I don't care. But Draven, man, some of them cannot draw Draven. Like, I don't know what it is about him. They just have the hardest time. But Jeremy does him right. Fabio does him amazing. Obviously, my artist does him amazing. But yeah, it's picky. I'm picky with Draven. Such a pain in the butt. My co-writer is worse than me, so that doesn't help. But anyway.
So, question of the day, though. When are we going to see a crossover between you and Lori's book?
Oh, man. I'm so mad that her Western is a modern day Western, because I want Jude in my book. But yeah, we've actually talked about a crossover, and I do really want to have one. I'm not sure how we'll pull it off. Now, with Redemption, they can use their weapon as a portal, because it's a gyroscope. So my thought process was they're going to jump through into hers.
Yeah.
And we definitely want Draven to be jealous of Jude.
Yep.
He's going to flirt with Serafina. Did you get that pinup of them?
I did. Yeah, I got the print. Yep.
We wanted that. We wanted a jealous Draven so bad. So we're absolutely going to have that. And they're obviously going to bicker and fight. And they'll probably have a fist fight. My thought process is the only reason why they're going to work together is because something's going to attack Serafina, and they have no choice but to go after her. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that a lot. It's probably going to be like, a mini side story or something. Since Redemption's a little bit trickier for them, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I wish he could be in the Western. I'm probably going to have him as an Easter egg, just walking in the background. Yeah, because her bear is in issue 15 in the background. So in 15 we have the zombie zoo. They go through a zoo, and so there's these polar bears and everything. And at the end, Anubis is walking through, and Big James is there, and he bops him on the nose to get him to leave. So I was super excited to do that. So he's the Easter egg in that one, and I love him. He looks so funny. But it was really fun to do that. But yeah, I'm ready for a crossover. I'm gonna tell her, like, we gotta do a crossover.
Yep, gotta do the crossover. Because I
Yeah.
mean, to me, because you guys' books are the most similar, right? As
Yeah.
far as the
Oh yeah. Oh, hers gets
style.
even more similar because she's got the when the girl comes in, you've got that chick too, and I would like to cross over with both of them,
Yeah.
because then it would be the two angels and the two guys. But yeah, as long as it's a jealous Draven, I don't care what we do.
Well, and you could always do a crossover with Psycho Sal too, right? Because if they say Psycho Sal is a demon or something like that,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Yeah. Yeah, with the portal, I considered doing like I also do you know Nightwolf?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're gonna do a crossover at one point, because he wanted my character to hunt his character because he's a werewolf, which I'm looking forward to. And of course, they'll eventually be allies in this story, but it'll be kind of cool to have them to fight. But yeah, I wanted to do a mini side story that's kind of like Kingdom Hearts, where they go into other stories. And people can be an Easter egg for, like, just in the background, or they could actually participate with my characters. So hopefully it's going to be Lori at least, and it's going to be Wolfpack, and then I know a couple other people wanted to do it. So yeah, I'm all for it. I love crossovers. Crossovers are my favorite thing when I was a kid, and when I watched when I used to read Ghost Rider, until they did Midnight Suns, the second one, where it's like 30 crossovers, and I was too broke as a teen to buy them.
You didn't get that till you were an adult. I
Yeah.
remember trying to get like all of those issues, and nobody sold the Darkhold book,
Yeah.
anywhere. So you're like,
I
kind of
actually that's actually when I stopped reading, because I couldn't read them all. I couldn't afford it. I was in high school, and I was like, all right, I just stopped, and I was so upset because I absolutely loved Ghost Rider. So, but yeah, I got the first one. It was like 5. It was like Night Stalkers, Bible Black, and
Spirits of Vengeance.
yeah, Spirits of Vengeance, and then
Ghost Rider, and
there was one more, right?
Johnny Blaze.
Is it? I thought there was. Yeah, that might have been it. Because Night Stalkers, Bible Black. I thought there was one more, but I could be wrong. Which one was Blade? Was Blade in?
Blade was in
Night
the
Stalkers?
Darkhold. The Darkhold.
Oh, Darkhold. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it was a good crossover, but not when it went to 30. So
yeah, when they went from the Rise of the Midnight Suns to the full up Midnight Suns, and then Siege of Darkness right after, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you had to get all the Marvel Comic Presents ones that went with. I'm like, you know what? I don't even have a comic shop, so literally I'm on a spinner rack, at a grocery store trying to find these books. I'm like, this ain't gonna happen.
No, I gave up. But yeah. So, and that was an hour already. Wow.
Yeah, don't think long.
Time flies when I'm talking to you.
We have fun.
Yeah, we do.
The one thing I was thinking about too, right? So I've seen this starting to happen in a couple of books too, right? Where this, we're talking about side stories and crossovers, right?
Yeah.
So here's I'm not going to say a marketing ploy, but it could be a business ploy as well.
Yeah.
What if you did your crossover as a backup story in your book and Lori's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you would force people, right, to buy both books.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
If you wanted to get, the whole story, you had to go buy both books. And you get for like not just like one issue, but make it for like 2 or 3. Right.
Yeah.
So now you got 6 Kickstarters that you got to back if you want to get the full story. And then you do the actual full issue after the fact.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I'm for that.
Because I've seen it work, like especially like Ethereal, they do that sometimes where they'll have the backup stories, right? And then you get that full backup story in the hardcover, right? And so it kind of works out that way to get the whole story. But to me, it's just a little bit of extra.
Yeah, there's actually going to be so because my artist no longer does the sketch and all that stuff, I wanted a bonus for buying the third hardcover. So the third hardcover is going to have, I don't know if it's 4. I think I planned 8. It's going to have 8 pages that aren't in any of the stories. And it's going to be, so in 13, they Anubis goes through a portal It's called the In Between. So he has to go after it and go through portals. So there's going to be, and I can't give it away, otherwise they'll give it away. But he's gonna, in the extra pages, it's gonna show you where else he went to. And some of it is going to be like the Western, because it's like a time portal thing. So in the Western, you're going to hear them, but you won't see them and you won't know what they are. They're going to hear like something and they're not going to know what it is. Like you'll hear like Croc howl or something. But to get the full story, you'd have to get the hardcover for $3. So that would be like the special bonus for that. Because it's going to be Anubis, Croc, and Chatty going through the little portals. And it's going to be like, you're going to see different errors as they go through. And it's going to be kind of cool to see that. And then when you do the prequels or Damnation, you're going to see them and hear them in the background, but you're not going to know what it is. So it's kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I wrote some of them out, but not all of it. And I just wrote 4 extra pages for 14. Because it was the only issue I have besides issue 5 that's 24 pages. Everything else has been 28. So I was like, well, we'll just add 4 more. So it's going to be Bastille in between with Cameo, so the people will be able to see that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. 2 have been drawn out. He's going to finish it on Monday because he had his little emergency. But they're going to have them quicks because I was like, I got to order these for print. So my letterer and colorist are on standby to finish those 4 pages. So I wish I had thought about it. I probably did think about it months ago, and I was like, and then I was like, well, it's not printed yet, so I could.
We're getting there, you know.
Yeah. So 13's printed, 13's here, but 14's not. So.
And that's crazy. So I was like, so I just did my unboxing video yesterday, you know, for like all the comics and stuff that came in the last month. And I brought that up was like, you know, literally by the time your Kickstarter ends, I've got a survey within a week, right? And then you sometimes even have the book within the same week too. You know, there's not many people that can do that because you've already got it in there, you know, and it's hard because, like, I mean, especially if you're like a huge company, right? And you've got thousands and thousands of books that you're trying to put out. You can't just have those readily on demand, right?
Yeah.
It's a little different.
A little different.
But it is still an awesome feeling when you say, Nate, go fill your survey. I got your book. And it's like, I'm like, wait a minute, I just paid for it yesterday.
Yeah. So for returning backers, I'm going to still try to get them out within 48 hours, 7 days, the tops. But for new people, I got to wait the 7 days because of the error last time. It was real. I don't even know what happened, and Kickstarter can't explain it. But I had 2 people. One was an error, one wasn't. At the end of the 7 days, they switched, and the one that was not an error was dropped, and the one that was an error went through. So I didn't get paid for something I already shipped, but fortunately, they paid me through PayPal.
Yeah.
And Kickstarter's just like, don't send it out into the 7 days. It's like, bitch, I want to send them out. So for regular backers that I know will pay through PayPal or whatever, I'm going to just send them right away.
Yeah.
And new people, they can wait 7 days, even though I don't like it. I'll probably have them packed. I have one packed. Someone hasn't filled out their survey. I'm just like, you paid, man. Fill out your survey. You're not a regular. I don't know who you are. Because most of the time I send out for regular people. But yeah, I have it. It's packed, but I don't know. I have one. I think I wound up refunding it. It was like last year, my second Kickstarter. They paid, and they I had no address. Still don't have an address. And then somebody else, they backed it. Issue 5, I think. I had it all packed up. Then they backed issue 8. I never filled out the survey for 5, but I recognize the name because it's a really funky name. So I actually packed their stuff up with it. And so he got it all at once. And then he backed like 200 last time. He's a really good backer. He buys everything of my add-ons. I feel like I need to add more just for this guy so he can buy more. As if I don't have enough, you know?
You have good stuff. Well, actually, we should probably show people what's in this Kickstarter, actually.
Yeah. You don't get the coloring books, do you?
I do not.
Yeah. Because I have 3 coloring books. Well, 2 are out. I have a third one that's going to be for book 3, but I already have a Western. I already have half of the Western filled out for coloring books. So the Western's gonna have a coloring book too.
All right. So let's see here. This is number. We are at 1527. You got 64 backers. 13 days to go.
Yeah, I only did 8. I only did 17 days this time. I have to do
Oh,
them shorter so that I could get them out and do the next one.
well, you know what? It does the thing. Like, it's kind of a 50-50 shot too, right?
Yeah.
Because you can do it that way, and some people can back it, but then not everybody can, right? Because if it's back to back too close,
Yep.
but if you get stagger, like say if you do it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks here, but then you don't do it for like 2 months, right? For the next
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
that's okay. People get that, and it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do them every month when I have the Western. So it's every other, or if I'm going to do every other and then redemption waits longer. I'll have to see what works out, because it is expensive to back them every month. So we'll see
Mm.
how it goes. This is our regular cover. This is Jonas DaCosta and Matt Chambers is the colorist.
He killed Serafina.
Yeah, that's the last page of 11.
Yeah.
Um, but it's an intense cover, but it looks so good though. I love the way they did that. And then this one is an artist that I actually got in a fight with, and we're not friends anymore. But Mega, it's a great cover. I only charged $12 for it, so it's only $2 more than the regular. And then of course there's Fabio's, and I don't usually have a change in outfit, but when I first instructed him to do the cover, I didn't have the nurse outfit yet.
Ah.
God, I have to change it. So he wound up doing an extra one for me to change her outfit. But the original art only has that one. But so this one's 15, and then the nurse one is 19. And that's what the metal one is too, because obviously she looks hot in her nurse outfit.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to bring up too, right? So you've got Fabio, but you also have Fern Cord doing the coloring.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Fern's a good friend of mine.
He's
I've been
actually you want to have an exclusive? I can give you an exclusive.
definitely.
In starting 13, he's actually our internal colorist.
I like that.
I couldn't
He
afford him before, but he worked with me and he really wanted to do it, so we figured it out. But yeah, so he does an amazing job. He does it. I love the colors of Matt Chambers. I think he did a phenomenal job. But Fernando, I've always loved he always does our covers, and he does it a bit darker, and I really like them. They're both amazing. But Fernando was with us first, and I wanted him to do my colors before, so it's nothing personal against Matt. I think Matt does an amazing job, but I always wanted Fernando. He just does a nice dark version of it,
mhm.
Um,
It's like his shadows and his line work, right?
yeah,
That's Fern. I mean, because
yeah,
I read Atrocity Press, right, for the same reason, because Fern's
yeah,
over there.
yeah.
Um,
Sierra's such a badass there. I love it. She's like threatening them with the pencil.
I'm gonna stab you in the jugular.
Yeah, that's Seth. He actually becomes a big part later on. But and then we have more Hellhounds in this one. We have Anubis in this one, a little bit more than usual. And yeah, this is awesome. So, and then we have the fathers there. So a lot happens in this one, 40 pages of fun stuff. Yeah. And then Davis is going to be in this one more. So we have personal stretch goals now. So if you spend 50, you get a sticker. If you spend 75, you get a sticker and a trading card. And if you spend 100 or more, you get the sticker, the trading card, and one of these little army men. So
Oh,
randomly picked. Yeah, little Anubis army men. They're not 3D printed. They're actually army men.
old school plastic.
Yes, they are old school plastic.
Your foot's gonna hurt if you step on it.
Yes, yes. As always, we have the 1 and 2 for $5 if people want to just get a taste of it. And then we have the PDF for all 4 covers for $5. And then we have issue 1, as always. People have the option. And then I have to put a new one in there. It says issue 11, but it's supposed to be 12. But hopefully people know it's 12. But so that's issue 12. That's the regular cover. Then that's the variant B. And then we have the variants. And you get the PDF for each one, as always. I love that cover.
C and D. Yep.
Yeah. And then we have a new keychain out that a friend of mine is doing for me. It's adorable. He did an amazing job. And then we have, I think there's like 3 left. So we got the prequel. And then I think there's the spinoff.
Yep.
And that one's 32 pages. And then we have, I think, the original. Yep. Original. I think there's 5 left of those. Only 50 printed of those. So.
Yep. And that's why I had to get it.
I know. You're the one that made me put them on for
Yeah.
sale. You were literally the one that's like, you have to put them for sale. I was like, who wants that?
Everybody.
Everyone did.
I told you everybody would want that.
There's a catch-up tier, $25. You get the PDF catch-up tier. Here's for $29. You get the 3. So every Kickstarter now has the regular cover and 3 trading cards. And then if there's any left over, those trading cards will be an add-on in the next issue. And then we have, this is the metal cover, $39. There is 3 left, I think. Of course, you get the PDF with that. And we've got plushies, of course. Yeah, good old plushies. There are 2 new plushies now. I did not put them in tiers because they're not in hand. And you know how I hate that.
Yeah.
People wanted them. So Chatty is a new plushie. He's in the add-on. Now he gets shipped separately. He's ordered, but not on the way yet. So yeah, so people wanted him. So $29, you get the plushie, and there's a Hellhound that people already bought 2 of. And then Bastille, of course, who sold a bunch. She's a limited edition. She's only 50. Chatty's only 50. Hellhound's only 50. Anubis, he's 100. There's the hardcover.
And I'll tell everybody, if you don't want the individual issues, grab this one. It's a lot. I mean, this was the easiest way.
The hardcover is, and I did do something new this time. So this is the 3 main covers. But I did something different this time where for $50 you can get the hardcover and all 12 PDFs. So that way you could catch up on the story, but you also get the hardcover. So there is that. And then there's the 3D print. I hate these things. I'll never buy these again. It's such a pain in the ass to ship, I tell you. At the con, it was nice. It's like, here, just take it. But then we have Anubis with the staff. And then we have the Anubis bust, which sells pretty good. And then we have Pillow. I think he sold out. Sorry, guys. There's going to be another one in the next campaign, but for now, he sold out. He's adorable. He's right here.
Aww.
Isn't he cute? Look at that.
He is so cute.
He's such a cutie. But there is an Anubis pillow left. There's one left of that. They're about a foot.
And it comes with the
charm. Stuff. Yeah, stickers. So this is the new tier that I'm trying out. For $50, you get the hardcover and all 12 PDFs. So you'll get caught up, and then you can just buy them because some people just buy hardcovers, but they want the story. So this will get you caught up, and then the next Kickstarter is actually going to be issue 13 and the next hardcover. So something for everybody, because last time I separated them, and then people couldn't buy anything if they don't buy the hardcover. So I'm putting them together. We'll see how it works. I don't know if I'm going to lose money. We'll see how it goes.
It'll sell good.
I hope so. And then, of course, the plushies. Good old plushies. And then more plushies. And then, so there's only one left of the skeleton bird. I think there's only one left of each one. There's only one left of the Hellhound. This Hellhound, there is a prequel, pre-order Hellhound. That's the cute version. This is the mean version. And he's only $29 because he's commercially made. This one is a limited edition, homemade. So is the skeleton bird, and so is the puppy Anubis. And so they're handmade, and there's only 3 of them made. So they're special.
Aww.
I know, they're so cute. He's adorable. He's hiding here somewhere. This is our catch-up tier with the hardcover. So it's a medium way to catch up. You get the hardcover, and then you get the singles 8 through 12. So you're all cut up, and then you get all the PDFs 1 through 12 as well for $85. and more plushies.
You get both of them with this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a discount if you get the two of them. And then there's a couple of homemade statues, chibi version of Draven. There's only one made of that one, and there's only going to be one made. And this one is only, this is the black light. So this is the black lit metal cover, but there's only three versions with the black light trading cards because I only got 3. So you can get the black light one if you want without it, but to get the trading cards, there's only 2 left. So, and here's the catch-up tier with 1 through 12 singles and the PDFs. And here's there's only one. There's 2 made, one for me, one for sale. So there won't be another one of those made. And then there's the
hardcover
catch up with the singles. Yep. And then this is the Anubis. There's only 2 made. One was already sold, so this is the last one. And that's a deal because I paid more for it for that. And then this is the ultimate catch-up tier, which is all the covers. So you get all the variants ever have. You get all of the regular covers and all the variants.
That's just not bonkers. When you think about how many covers it's been through already.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, and then that's it. And then we have add-ons. We have the digital coloring books, which sell amazing. $2, you get the PDFs and the PNGs. Then we have the printed versions too, which are $5. You have the PDF version of the prequel, PDF version of the original, and those sell really good too. PDF of the Salvation, which is black and white. And this is the printed coloring books, which sell pretty good. They're $5 each. I think there's 20 of them each.
And you think about it, $5 for 28 pages.
Yeah, and you get the PDFs too. Yeah, it's a good deal. Then this one's 26 pages. And then there's a third one coming out, which I think is 28 pages. And then, of course, we have stickers, magnets, good old magnets. Then there's the little goodie pack. Then we have the keychain, which, oh my God, is such a pain in the ass to ship. It is so thick. It is so thick. It's unbelievable. It's insane. But he's so cute. He is cute. Mini Anubis. I think there's 5 left or 3 left. And then there's the plushies, of course. And then Bastille. And then Anubis. And then the Anubis with the 3D staff, which is pain in the ass to ship too. That staff is the bane of my existence. Everything. That's just crazy. And here's that's the new Hellhound, the cute version of the Hellhound. Isn't he adorable? You will get your comic right away, and this will be shipped out either with a campaign and you get refunded on shipping, or it'll be whatever. And then there's Chatty, who's our chameleon vampire bat, who came in 10, and he's adorable. We love him. My letter is super attached to Chatty. He asked me if he's gonna be okay. I was like, yeah, he's probably the only one. And then of course we have the necklaces and stuff, some charms. And then we have the gold-plated coin. And I think there's only 1 left of each metal set. There was only 2, so I think someone bought all of them, and then there's 1 left of those. So a couple of metal sets. And there's also our digital songs are there. A couple people bought those. I think they're $2 or $3 each. I can't remember. Let me tell you, putting add-ons is such a chore. It's just like 50 of them. It's such a pain in the butt. But see, so this is issue 9. Then there's issue 10 and issue 11, and then next campaign you can get issue 12 in the background. So, and those are like new side cards.
Like this one, like that would be cool.
Yep. And then I think all the variants. Now I'm no longer reprinting variants, so whatever's there is there. There's less than 20 for each of them. The cover you showed before, there's only 3 left. And there's a couple of these. There's only a couple left, so they won't be printed again. And And also the hardcover, of course, is available. And then the current issues. Now, all of them are getting reprinted with a new cover and relettered. So if you want the originals, you have to go buy them now. Issue 1 and 2 are already relettered. So as soon as they're done, they won't be printed again. I think there's 40 of each now. But they're all got retitled with Worthy Chaos instead of Redemption, because Worthy Chaos is the main title, especially when the Western comes out. It's going to be Devastation, so it's going to be Worthy Chaos Devastation. So everything got relettered and reordered, and I think we're out of some of the originals. So if you want it, better get it. I don't know if they're even there.
Better get it now.
Yeah. Issue 1s, especially if anyone wants the original issue 1s, you better go get them now, because we already reprinted the relettered one, but I do have the original. I haven't put it up for sale yet. And then, of course, a couple of printed those.
See, I like to see this one get colored eventually.
Yeah. That's actually the artist that did the issue 1. The original issue 1, he did this one too. Yeah, I might color it, but I also might have my artist redo them. So we'll see how that goes. And then this is the original artist.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have the perspective, right, from both sides, where it started to where you felt more comfortable with the new version.
I love the new artist. He's faster and more detailed. And even my local comic book store said that no offense to original artist, they're no longer doing it, but he said it's very good for me. It's very good for indie, but my new one is very good for mainstream. So he said it was very good quality, and he's gotten even better. That was issue 1, and my art's gotten better. He's just gotten phenomenal. So
I definitely grown. I mean, especially in just the year and a half that I've seen.
Yeah, he started going to school around issue 5. So you could tell new techniques came in. He started doing more details. So yeah, he did definitely one-upped his thing. And then I think it's the songs. We have 2 songs. You get the download, you get the instrumental and the vocal version of both of them. And those are the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
All right.
Survived the 50 tiers that I have.
Exactly. It's still not bad compared to some other ones I've been through.
Really? It was so funny because somebody said, do you think that how did he word it? Do you think it hurts you to have so many tiers? And I was like, I wouldn't have done it if I thought it did. But I mean, people don't have to scroll through them. They could just pick the first one and go. I mean, I don't scroll through people's when I go. I know what I want and I get it.
Yeah, well, and that's a nice thing too. Like if I'll see a preview or something like that, right? I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick that one, right? Like if I see Fabio's cover, I'm probably gonna get Fabio's cover, and so I'm already gonna go grab that one. Or if Ken's doing a cover, I'm probably gonna do that one. When Ivan does the Western and when Derek does that one,
I can't wait.
I'll grab those. But
yeah, Ken Hunt's gonna do Wendigo and Jersey Devil. Isn't that just him?
That is Ken.
Yeah, I even told him, I was like, listen, I know you're gonna want to do Wendigo, Jersey Devil, probably the werewolf. So I have the same thing with him where he'll do one for the main cover and then one for a hardcover. The only people I trust the hardcover is Jeremy and Ken Hunt. I love Derek and I love Ivan, and obviously they sell really well, but they only do one character. So I need my hardcovers to look like, things are going on. So I stick to Jeremy and Ken Hunt do the best. So they switch back and forth. So.
Well, and the good thing too, right? Like that's become a good seller for you at conventions, right? And so if you put that kind of artwork out there, people are going to see like, oh, I know who that is, right? Yeah. And it's going to be an easier sell than somebody they've never heard of, and you've got to sell it at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really funny. I think one of my great ego boosts of the Nashville convention that I did was people came back that bought last year. They came looking for me. And there was at least 3 people that were like, I was looking for you. I was hoping you'd be here. And some of them had bought 1 through 3 and they bought the hardcover. And then one person bought one, and he goes, I only buy one each time I see you. And I'm just like, you're crazy. But he came back and bought two. I was like, that is a long wait. But that's how he wants to do it. That's his thing.
He's gonna be 80 years old by the time he gets done
Yeah,
with the
right.
stores. Then
That's what I said. I was like, you got a long way to go, buddy. But yeah, it was nice to have people come looking for me, and I really like that. And then people saw. I feel bad because there's this one guy who bought everything when I first did a campaign. I did a con in Gatlinburg, and he kept looking for me because he wanted more. But I didn't do Fanboy again, and I did not like it. I did not like Fanboy. I had no service. Everyone was there for the stars. I didn't like it, so I was hoping he would come to CreepyCon. He didn't, and then I was hoping to see him in October at the Gatlinburg one, and then they canceled it. So now I feel bad because when he saw me at Fanboy last year, he's like, I need more. I was like, I only bring 1 through 4. I mean, I only bring 1 through 3, but you can have the metal cover for 4. And he bought the metal cover, but he was upset because he wanted more. He has no idea. He only has 1 through 4. He has no idea that we were on 12. So I feel really bad that I wish I could find him and let him know, but I don't know what to do there.
Well, and that's kind of the thing too, right? You know, from the perspective of Kickstarter versus convention, right? Like, not everybody can afford Kickstarter all the time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Some people, they'll go to a convention, and that's their one convention they go to in the year. So they save up for it, and then they buy whatever they want to, which I can understand. Well, the one guy's like, I buy one, right? Because that might be his budget. You know, for like, I got a budget of one, you know, because I'm going to go see other people here. And I get that perspective. But you miss out so much, you know.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a budget thing. I mean, I don't know, because he bought for that one, he paid half of what the hardcover was. So I'm like, why don't you just get the hardcover? But nope, he has a system, and I'm like, whatever you want to do, guy. But yeah, we'll see how he is next year. I like Nashville. I do the best at Nashville. I think it's a big enough con to bring them in, but it's not too big that they only come for the stars. So it worked out really well for me. It's the first time that I did a little bit better than breaking even, except for the guest spot, obviously, because I made like $350 and I didn't have to pay for anything. So that worked out for me. And then I spent like $100. But they had gluten-free food. I was like, this is great. And then I got autographs, and I was like, well. But yeah, so, but I had a lot of fun. It was nice being a guest. I wanted to keep my banner, and they said I could. And then they're like, oh, everyone has to sign them because we put them in an auction. I was like, nobody's going to buy mine. But I did it anyway. So I wanted to keep it.
And that's the thing, right? Is you're growing, which is what, you know, when we talked to you, you know, when you first started, right? I wanted to see you grow and grow and grow. And it's working. And I'm happy to see where you got to. But now you need to come here. And come to Cowtown with the rest of us that are here with Charter, you know. So
I'm probably going to come next year because I'm not doing any traveling next year. This year, I'm trying to make up for the thousands I've spent. So I'm hoping that it all works out. But my husband told me to go all out for 2 years, so that's October. So I can put us in a little bit more debt before October. I think I counted all my covers, and there's like, if I pay for all of them, it's like $4,000 with because Jeremy, Derek, Ken Hunt, and Ivan Tao. That's like the $4,000 right there. And there was like, I think it was like $5,000 with the little ones that I'm getting. So yeah, it's not a cheap thing to do. So.
No, and I'm an original art collector, so I know exactly how it is when you're buying original art.
I wish I didn't have my obsession so that I can sell them, because I can't sell the original arts. Like I have Fabio's on the wall up there. I have Ken Hunt's. We got offered $1,000 for the Anubis, and I said no. And then we got a couple other unknown people, but they're hot, so they'd probably buy them. But yeah, I have a weird obsession with my characters. So one day, hopefully, I could sell some. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I call dibs.
Yeah. Somebody that has the hots for Serafina, I was thinking of letting him buy the one that I got of her, because I'll show you what she looks like. He did a really good job. It just literally came in the mail like yesterday. I think it just finally got here yesterday. Let's see. Come on. Okay, this is like, it's not the best quality of it. But if I did, it would have to be somebody that I trust. But I haven't got the guts to sell it yet, but I know some people want it, but here, I'll show you. Like I said, it's not the best quality because I guess he took a picture of it. But there's Serafina kicking literally. That's not even the finished one. I think there's another one they sent me because there's the background too. Let me see if I even have that one. I think he sent that one in an email, so I have to find that one. But somewhere. But you get the gist of it.
Oh yeah.
Is this one? Let me see. This looks good, right? Yeah.
It does. It reminds me of the old like Image days, right? Like
Yeah.
Image and Top Cow days, like what
Oh,
Rich
yeah.
Blade would have done.
Hold on here. This is a better picture. Let's see. All right, here. Show that one. That's a scan, so that looks better.
Oh yeah, scans always do better.
Yeah, I didn't. I was looking up his name. I didn't think to look at the email. So there's the. And tomorrow I'm gonna go get Kevin Smith's autograph. Trying to give him one of my hardcovers. So we'll see how that goes.
He got super skinny.
He really did. Yeah, he did. He was at Fanboy and I was upset. I wanted his autograph and I wanted Sean Austin's whatever. Yeah, she looks hot there. I don't even know what issue this is for yet. It's one of the ones between 16 and 22. So it's got a while. I have I can give you an exclusive for cover 14.
Ooh.
Check that one. I just got it yesterday. Lori lettered it for me. This guy's name is Vin L. Riz, something like that. He's awesome. He's gonna do a cowboy for me eventually, cowgirl for me. I just gotta win the lottery. Get some money.
I know, right? They get expensive after a while.
So addicting, though. Super addicting. Do I have a cowgirl one? I did have a cowgirl one. I don't remember why.
There's something kind of ironic about her trying to get a heartbeat out of a zombie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way her expression looks, but I figure a lot of my covers are serious, so I might as well do one that's a little bit more humorous. So, but yeah, she's getting about to get felt up by zombies. So, yeah, but his color is super unique.
It is.
Yeah, but it was funny. I was like, that's a funny expression, but I'll let it go. I like the way that zombie's half a zombie that she's taking the heartbeat of.
And then you got the one holding her leg, and the one.
Yeah, you got this one. I think that's just a hand on the front thigh.
Yep.
Is it? It's just a random.
This is a hand right there.
It's like it's just like yeah, it's coming out of the dirt. I love it. Yeah, but the color is really unique. Lori did the titling for me. She always matches the colors, so she did a really good job. But yeah, it's 14. So I gotta print that one still. I'm waiting for my pages. I had to be stubborn and get those 4 freaking pages. So.
You could already have it printed and go.
I know, but I'll get them printed. And then I have another one for 13. I have to print because I added 13's printed, but I didn't print the angel one that I had. I think I showed you that. Let me see. I don't know if it'll let me do it. Lori just titled it for me. Let's see. She always sends me like it as a transfer, I think. I never know. I have way too many emails. Let's see. We transfer. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's see if it lets me get my files. She always gives the TIFF ones.
Yeah, TIFF's a good format.
Oh, now it's saying expired. How can it be expired? It's from August 6th.
The we transfer usually expires after a day.
What?
Yeah, usually a day or two. That's about it.
Why?
Well, you got to set the retention period.
Now I gotta tell Laura to resend them because I never downloaded them.
Oh.
Resend. That's annoying. Yesterday's covers expired. My bad.
It's all good.
I just didn't know it was a day. I thought it was like a week or something.
Yeah, I get something like that with Dropbox too.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. I just realized I haven't talked to her all day. Usually I don't talk to her just on weekends, but I worked on script 2 of the Western, so I haven't worked on scripts in a while because I had 1 through 25 already done by the beginning of the end of last year. So to work on scripts again, I was like, I forgot how exhausting this is.
Oh yeah.
To write, it's super easy, but what's tricky about converting them to scripts is, we wrote them with 2 different characters. So the one with all of them, yes, sorry. But I have to put Draven's and Seraphina's conversation together, everything separately. But yeah, so that's the hard part. No rush. But yeah, so I did that. Script 1 was sent to my co-writer to edit, and then they were sent to Lori. She's about to edit, and then I have to send it to my other 2 editors. I'm dyslexic. I need tons of editors. It's the comma. Commas don't like me. I don't like them.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Commas, my immortal enemy. So there's like a ton. But yeah, we'll work on it. We'll figure it out.
It takes time. I'm writing mine right now. So I started writing my book. So
yeah. You write yours in script form first?
I
write mine in novel form first.
I do novel form first with language though embedded.
What do you mean?
So I'm writing like a traditional novel, right? But it can be parted out for a comic.
Oh. I write them all as a book, as a novel, and then I go back. Well, with the Western now, so when I wrote Redemption, I wrote them all before I started making them. So, I had no idea where anything was going to stop. This time I knew. I was like, all right, I want to stop with this giant bear. I want to stop at this. So I had an idea this time. I'm also trying to do 24 pages, only because it'll save me money in the long run. But you know me, it's probably the first one I got 24 pages. I'm like, all right, I got it. But I have more Angel stuff now. Cameo is in it. Camiel is in it more. The fathers are in it more. So I have them more. So it's probably going to wind up being more than 28. But my goal is 24. Because I save like hundreds.
Yeah, especially
and I can't charge anymore. So I'm trying, but I have certain spots I want to. A lot happens, as you know. A lot happens in my issues.
Yeah.
So most people have like 2 scenes, in their issue. I have like 5 scenes. So yeah, there's a lot going on. I think in issue 1, you've got her origin. She's being chased by demons, and he's, in a gang, and then they meet, and then they do all this sorts of stuff, and then so there's a lot that happens. So, and then when they start hunting, it's even more. So we'll see. I have them separated now in issues, but I don't know, because The only creature we have are the horses that are regulars, and Apollo the rat, which is also in Damnation. He doesn't make it out of Damnation. But so he's going to be in the Western, which is a gift from Apollo the god, who is the Lord of Rodents, which I did not know when I picked the name. I just literally picked the name. I wanted him to have a sun on his eye, so I was like, I'm going to call him Apollo. Yeah. And then I was looking up Apollo, and I was like, he's the Lord of Rodents. And I was like, all right, well, now we got that. So that worked out nice. But a lot of things that happen in Western is going to explain some things in Redemption too. So like new people won't need to know it, but regular readers will be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
A little tie-in makes more sense.
Yeah, which is because so she gets in a fight with a demon dragon plant who curses her to get in fights with plants, and that's why in Damnation, Redemption, I think even Salvation, and Resurrection, all those that she fights with some kind of plant or vine. So this is why it started. She got cursed for killing the Lord of Plants. So I think that's funny. Some of them are kind of a joke, you know, kind of like a nod towards it. But yeah. And Lori got bit by fire ants. That's not good.
Oh crap.
Well, shit.
Well, she lives in Texas like I do. It's been bad. It's been hot and dry, and then humid in the morning. So it's like the weather doesn't know what it wants to do.
I did not know you had fire ants. We have. I'm assuming. I mean, are they all over? I have no idea.
Oh yeah, they're all over. I had them when I lived in Kentucky.
Oh wow. I don't know. I'll stay away from those. We have snakes. I know we have copperheads, which my husband is terrified for. I love my husband, and he's a manly man, unless it's a snake, and then he's not a manly man. So he calls me up, and he's like, "There's a snake on the stairs. Can you get rid of it?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." So I came to get it. By the time I got there, it was gone, which I don't understand how it moved that fast. So I don't know if he's delusional or it crawled in something. I'm like, it cannot move that fast. This is, you know, it's probably a rat snake if it's black. But I have this video. So as much as he terrified of snakes, he also doesn't want to see them die. So he called me when when we first moved in. There was a car that someone left the roof of. The guy was an ass. So my husband had to do all this extra work because there was a ton. They were supposed to clean out, and there was a whole garage full of junk. It was awful. We had to pay for a dumpster to come. And anyway, he calls me up and he goes, "There's a snake. And I think he's caught." I was like, "Caught on what?" So I go out there, and I know it's not a cartoon snake. My first thought was it tied itself in a knot. I was like, it can't really do that. Like, how would it? It's not in a knot. But what happened is there was this metal piece that was pointy and sharp, and he crawled over it. But if he moved, it would slice him open. So he couldn't move, and he had been there for a couple of days because he had soiled himself. So he knew he was stuck. So I had to get a crowbar, and I had to go in and pull it out. Now, it looked like this little snake. You know, it was just like this. This is all I could see. 6 feet this thing was. So I kept coming out. So you could see the video. My husband's taking the video, and you could see him jump back, you know, and he's like, he named every black snake he's ever heard of his entire life. It's a black mamba. It's a rattler. Oh, he's backing up. I was like, it's a rat snake. It's fine. It'll bite, but it's not venomous. Just stay back. So I'm trying to lift this up. He kept going towards the shed, which means my husband would not finish cleaning out the shed. So I had to pick it up and bring it into the woods. And he kept saying, "Grab its head." I'm like, "You grab its head." I was like, "I'm not grabbing its head." So you could see it on the video. He just gets further and further away. Yeah. And then I had to get called over to the neighbor's house because he volunteered me to get the snake out of their deck. So he goes, "Go grab the snake." So now I'm the snake charmer because I go into the deck and I was like, "Where is it?" Like, it's underneath. I was like, "What do you want me to do? Sing to it?" So I tapped the top and it stuck its head out. I was like, "All right." So I grabbed it. I put it in the woods and I think it just came back. So I was like, well, that didn't work out. So now he's terrified of the front step because he thinks it's back. So I was like, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to bother you. It's not venomous.
No.
I'm more worried about the venomous, mostly because I obviously death and all that. But the hospital bill is like $180,000 to go to the.
Yeah, they're
That is
expensive.
literally. I'm going to be honest with you. We pay $1,000 a month with a $17,000 deductible for our health insurance, and there's only two reasons: my husband has a heart attack, or he gets bit by a snake. Those are the two reasons why I'm paying $1,000 a month for this damn insurance. It's not worth it.
Well, and it's funny too, right? Like we do the same for our kids and the family. We pay it every time. And what do we actually do? We don't go.
No,
Like,
we never
and
go
it's
to that.
like, and I think about, how much, everybody does the high deductible for that reason,
Yep.
right? Because it's like, you don't really go to the doctor, but that one time that you need to go, and if you don't have it, you are screwed.
Yep.
But then you're like, well, wait a minute, I have a high deductible. So if it's a $10,000 thing,
I'm
no,
paying for it anyway.
I'm paying for it anyways. $5,000 out of my pocket, and they've done
Yeah.
negotiated the rate down to 5,000. Well, you haven't paid your deductible, so guess what? You're going to pay that.
Yep, it's all a scam. It's a scam.
It is.
I mean, we got screwed over before we got penaltied because when we first moved here, we had no jobs, and it was Obama, I guess, and it had to be. Yeah, I think it was the end of Obama's reign or whatever, and he had the rule that you had to have health insurance or you get penalized. So we got penalized because here, when you get a job, you don't get any insurance for 90 days. So we got penalized for those 3. So when the following year came for our taxes, we had to pay a ton of fucking money for that shit. So.
Which is funny because if you can't get it for 90 days, that's not legally your fault.
Yeah. It was a pain in the ass. It really was. And then he wound up in the ER the next day after. So I was like, well, that was convenient. But like you said, we had to pay the deductible anyway, so it didn't really matter. But they let us in. So, but yeah, that was like $3,000. I was like, that was great. Well, I mean, it's better to be lucky than smart because everything I've done is stupid. We bought a house and then moved here with no jobs. I started a comic book with no knowledge whatsoever. So hopefully everything turns out. I started a grooming business, pet grooming. Can't say grooming anymore. Pet grooming business with like no experience whatsoever, and now it's been 6 years, and so everything I've done was done stupidly, but I got lucky. So.
Well, you've done it smartly. You've invested. You've got the time in it. Now look at where it's got you. So I mean, hell, we're on issue 12 of the book.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Yeah, and now we're gonna have a Western. So I'm excited. Every time I write out a scene, I was like, I can't wait till this is drawn. So especially this attack of this bear and stuff, I was like, this is gonna be awesome. So.
Well, when you get ready to do the Western, let me know. We'll talk about it.
I'll let you know. I'm hoping he's going to draw it in like 3 weeks. Okay. So it'll probably be done. I'm going to say October. I think it'll be drawn out. It depends. I'm hoping my colorist is right behind him. Sometimes there's a split. Fernando, he's fast, but I'm hoping that he'll be able to catch up. Right now he's able to catch up because he's doing he is coloring 17 while 17 is being drawn, and SK is lettering 16. So and he's relettering. Did I tell you he's relettering 1 through 7? So
yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah. So he's got 1 and 2, and then he's gonna do 3. But he's got to finish 17, and then the Western. So it might be a while before it does 3. But yeah, so. And
S is fast too because I've worked with him.
He's fast. But he has so many projects for me. Like he's got the back issues. And it worked out because my artist had gone on vacation. So there was like a backlog. So he's like, well, I was like, do 1 and 2. So I do 1 and 2. And now he just finished 15 super fast. Like he did 15 super fast. Let's see. I think it was 3. I don't even know. Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah. Lori's the best at titling them. I don't have the patience, and I don't even want to learn. Do you title your own, or do you have someone that titles it?
It's all on me. I'm doing everything.
You're a good guy.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to get a couple roughs built out, and then working with a couple of artists to see how it's going to look. So
Yeah. I don't know.
it's
She just that right. I mean, she does this really cool thing that she changes the color. She's pickier than me though. I'll be like, make it bigger or smaller to fit the pic. No, they have to all match. It's like, come on. So that's probably why she insists on doing it because she knows I'll just do whatever I want. So
she's meticulous. She's good at that.
yeah, she is. But she matches the color and it was so funny because originally she did Worthy Chaos in the lettering of Redemption. And I was like, Worthy Chaos looks not chaotic enough. So she went back and redid it. I was like, yeah, there we go. Much better. But yeah. Anyway. Go back 12.
Ah,
You did already. You did right away.
I did. I backed. I think I was number 2 or 3. Because usually, as soon as I get notified, takes place.
I think some people don't get the notification because, like, even someone, I think William Pace was like, I didn't get a notification. I was like, I don't know how you didn't. I was like, it sent it out, and then I sent out Substack, and I guess I'm going to try Backer Kit launch, not
Mhm.
Backer Kit, but the launch, because that way I don't have to email the same people because it doesn't email the people that are already backed.
Yeah.
So I don't like learning new things, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Well,
It's like
Backer
$100.
Kit's not it's not so bad because it get and here and this is why I like Backer Kit instead of just the survey straight from Kickstarter, right? It gives people options and
Yeah,
time too, right?
yeah,
Like say they were going to get $100 tier, but they couldn't afford it, so they went with the $25 or $30 tier, right?
yeah,
But then by the time they get the survey, right, they might have some more money, and so if those add-ons are in the Backer Kit, they can add that on,
yeah,
and then there's additional money in your pocket.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. Am I mad at you? Nope. Why? Lori's like, you mad at me? I'm like, not that I know
No,
of. I was like, I don't think so. I usually know when I'm mad. Just making sure. I love Lori.
she is awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
It's going to
Um,
be a fun time at Cowtown this year. We got so many people.
yeah.
I
How
told
many
Lori.
is oh no, I guess he's not going. Is Rich going?
Rich
Or Rick?
isn't going to this one. I haven't heard much from Rich since Orphan Bloodline last one came out, and then he did the awards.
Yeah, he's not doing those anymore. He hated it. I told him not to do
I
it.
to- I did too, and I was one of the judges for that thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is
He
ridiculous.
wanted me to be, and I was like, no.
I told him I said I'm not doing it again, especially when the Wheelers got involved.
Well, I warned him. He had them and Niobe, and I was like, you can't have both, and you shouldn't have either. You're gonna be sorry. Um, but I said you definitely can't have both, and he goes, oh, it'll work out. And then they both went against him,
Yeah,
and he got mad at him, and that's what happened. And I warned him. I was like, they don't get along. I mean, it's like oil and water, and you're gonna regret it. And he's like, no, I don't want to neglect people. I was like, all right. And then he did that. And then he spent a fortune on it for no reason. And now he doesn't want to do it again. And I was like, so you spent all that money to build up. You built up something and he doesn't want to do it anymore.
and here's the issue too, right? There was a lot of the judges who were asking, what happened to our votes?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that was put through was not what we had voted on.
Really?
You know,
Huh.
for example, right? Ethereal had a couple of books.
Yeah.
We were pushing those ones. The Monty Moore book from Book of Mark, that was in there. We pushed that one, but they didn't make it past the first round.
Really?
Like something's off on this one, and
Huh.
I don't think it's Rick. I think it was something else in the
Yeah.
background. But when the Wheelers got involved, there's I said, here's my judging, here's my stuff, but I'm done. No more
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
Because he had asked me during Cowtown last year. He asked me when him and Lori were next door to each other. And I was like, you know what? It'd be a cool thing to do. It's like, as long as it's, even right across the board for everybody. But I'm like, nope, not no more.
There's something outside my window.
You got a raven or you got a bat?
I don't
Or
know.
an owl?
No, I'm in the basement So I'm thinking it's either the snake or a chipmunk or something, but I don't know what it's doing. It's like digging. So,
Might be a possum.
oh, it could be. But it's like they'd have to fall into the pit. So either he's stuck or it's a snake or a chipmunk because they could climb out.
Mm-hmm. Squirrel or raccoon, good too.
Yeah, they could climb out. I think a possum could climb out. Right?
Should be. Yeah, they climb up and down fences.
Yeah. So it's brick. They could probably climb out. All right. Well, we had birds outside, and his horrible mother kept pushing him out of the nest, and I was like, they killed like 2 of them. I was like, what the hell are you doing? That was upsetting. I was like, and then I put one back, and she didn't feed it, and it died. I was like, well, thanks for nothing.
We had that happen in ours here because where our fireplace was, they keep trying to put nests there, and the nest keeps falling all the way down the chimney. And then, but of course we have the dampener, on, right? So it just sits there in the dampener. So by the time we open it or we hear something, we open it, they're already dying. And we're like,
yeah,
what are you doing, birds? I was like, stop building your stuff up there. So I got to put some fencing up there on the roof.
Yeah. A lot of my clients had birds do nest in their wreath on the door. So every time it swings. So I don't know that's not the smartest thing. But yeah, after I get off here, I'm going to go see if I can see what it is.
Well, let me know what you find.
I will.
All right, everybody. Well, we're almost at 2 hours for tonight. It's about what we usually do. Usually about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
go search Worthy Chaos on Kickstarter. I'm always there, either in pre-launch or live. Exactly. Soon to have probably 2 because it'll be the Western. I don't know how I'm going to do it. We'll figure it out.
All right, I'm going to put it in the comments as well. So you guys go check it out, and it will be in the description of this video when it goes up to be rewatched by people, because we actually do get a lot of people to rewatch these because of the timing.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's always good. So we'll get people on it. All right. So where can they find you at, Carissa?
Anywhere chaos is, apparently. You could search Carissa Grant on Facebook. We have a business page. We have a group. I have a Twitter that I never use. And there's 5,000 followers on there, but the algorithm sucks. Algorithm on Facebook has been pretty good for me. But I interact with everyone. I have 5,000 followers and I interact with everybody. So not everybody. I mean, and then Instagram, Twitter, I'm never on there, but you can add me and message me. I'm on there. But mostly you can go to, we do have a website, but you can only buy some plushies and the hardcovers and digitals there. I don't put singles up there because I would drive myself crazy. Yeah. But that's worthychaoscomics.com, or you can go to Kickstarter. And we have one every other month, pretty much every 6 or 8 weeks. I don't know how we're going to do it for the Western. We're either going to have one every 4 weeks or one every 6 weeks, and we'll figure it out. I don't know. I'd be exhausted. But yeah, so search Worthy Chaos on Google and you'll see us all over the place.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, everybody, you guys have a great weekend. We will see you on the next one. Thank you, Carissa. As always, you're always welcome.
Having me on. I love coming on here.
All right.
I'm coming on for the Western.
Yes. Next time will be for the Western.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.